If you love the old Sabol Army Transport, you really have to check out the Game Plus gaming bag.
Spiky bits.
Welcome back, Hobby Maniacs. I'm Baer, and today we are checking out the Game Plus Hobby Bag. Now, if you're anything like me, you miss the Sabol Army Transport going the way of the dodo, but we have a new product out there, the Game Plus Army Bag, that features almost the same exact styling, all the same sizes, literally right down to the foam tray, the same size, all the same depth offerings that the old Sabol Army Transport offered. And best of all, it's in syndication or solicitation that you can probably walk into your local gaming store and ask them to order it from a major distributor, or you can walk into your gaming store, your local gaming store, at least here in the States, and it's probably on the shelf. But how good is it? Well, it turns out we're going to take a closer look at them today. We got one of their bags here. I'm going to get my little hobby muscles on it and work this thing out and compare it to all the old Sabol Army Transport foam that we still have. I don't have any of their bags because they all got shredded and they all basically fell apart over the last 10 to 15 years. So not a whole lot of longevity in those bags, but we still have our foam trays, thank God, because the miniatures were in that. So that's okay as far as that goes. But real quick, let's take a look at the bags themselves and see how they stack up cost-wise, first of all, to the old Sabol Army Transports. So here they are. You can find these on a lot of different sites out there, but they live over on Miniature Market's gaming bag section, and there's also the foam tray section. So here you can see they have a bunch of exciting colors available. Some are out of stock, some are in stock. Of course, you can't go wrong with Gamer Black right there. As a matter of fact, let's click on it. Now it comes empty, and if you compare this to the price of the old Sabol Army Transport bag, which I believe was $34.99 unzipped for the first one, or excuse me, not full of foam. This is sold separately. This is just a bag. For the very first one Sabol put out, they put out their Mark II, I want to say, with the zip down back that you can see right here, so you can have easier access to the foam itself and to slide your armies out instead of, mashing them on top of the trays on top of each other as you try to pull them out and stick your fingers down the side, and everything just gets all out of whack. Maybe one of the reasons why all the cases are destroyed, at least that I own. Regardless, price point less, so I like that. That's appealing, right? Size looks to be about the same. I believe the trays were 13 by 7.5, which looks to be the case right here. Okay, we're cooking with fire. Three-sided zippers, adjustable shoulder strap. I think what I liked most about the size of this bag was if I walked into a game store, I didn't feel like I was walking in with a big refrigerated cooler on my back and just looking ridiculous. That was always a consideration with some of the other foam manufacturers out there when it comes to bags. So lots of pockets, not exactly sure how I feel about all that quite yet. And thick foam interior padding, okay, I like that. So far so good. It got lots of reviews on here. Ooh, dare I click on it? All right, let's click on it. Gameplay, 4 out of 5. Quality, yep, just like I imagined. It seemed pretty good. Price definitely seemed good to me. Value seems pretty good. Okay, so we got a lot of reviews on here. Okay, and they're all very good, so that's cool. And then of course they followed the Sabol Army Transport model on pricing. It looks like they're a special price $7.99. One price fits all depending on depth, and it looks like this is the 4-inch tall. So I imagine if we go over here to foam trays, that they mirror all the same sizes that Sabol used to have too. 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 4. Now what I'm most interested in looking at this is the pluck count all the way across, if it mirrors the same height and width across here, because I had a lot of cool designs that I really liked that you could punch out to fit the most optimum number of troops, which I'll show you because I still have some of those trays when we get this on the table here in a few minutes and actually compare it apples to apples with some of the old Sabol Army Transport tray. So far I'm liking this. Easy pluggable foam, thick sturdy base. I do remember seeing these in the store and the base is very hard, so I like that and it is the dimensions that the Sabol Transport foam used to be. So let's get it on the table and take a closer look and see how it stacks up to the predecessor. And here they are, the Games Plus line of storage products. Of course, you got all the foam trays over here that we've already talked about that mirror all of the sizes that you might be used to from the previous Sabol Army Transport designs out there. These are great, fill in the gap if you already have existing Sabol bags. These things are going to work just fine. And the one design implementation I love about these is the rounded corners that helps them fit inside of the bags, whether they're the Games Plus bag or the Sabol Army Transport bag, a little bit easier, because if you have like the older Sabol trays here, you'll notice they have pointy corners, which means that if you're putting them in there or there's a little bit of stress on the end, you see right there what happens, it gets pushed and then your minis kind of get pushed. But here it's already rounded, which is structurally a more robust and safer way to take stresses. That's why we design aircraft and submarines and things the way we do. But that being said, both foam trays have the same amount of pluck in them. I think it was 14 across, 13 across by 24 down. So any of the old sizes that you might have had out there that you loved, you know, punching out, or you had your go-to design, you can still get them from these trays that will, you know, the one price fits all depending on which one you want, and they can all fit into the Game Plus bags, which are still available today. Now, apples to apples comparison here, the bottoms of the Game Plus products foam is a lot sturdier, so you're going to want to be careful when you're stacking these things. You can't, you know, just allow these softer, the old Sabol designs to kind of, you know, allow a little bit of overlap on your miniature. So keep that in mind with these right here. Now, as far as the push, you know, pull and pluck kind of type thing, I always recommended that, you know, you pull these out with a little bit of a knife if you have to, but they come out nice and easy right there. They do make, Bob Smith Industries does make a glue that allows you to re-adhere these, although it is a little bit expensive, but you can get a small bottle for about $8, which may be worth it if you reconfigure your foam trays and such out there a lot. So there is that. Now, like I said, I love the new design and any of the rounded edges there to take that stress off when you're, you know, embarking and disembarking your troops from the trays, or the trays into the bags. And just like I said, any of those existing designs, like I made this design up many, many years ago in order to get 30 models into a tray. Actually, I think it's 25 models into a tray, which works great for large horde type units like plague bearers or orc boys. You can make this same design in these right here. So overall, and the fact that the price of the trays is comparable to what we had out there in the past, it's one price you get to pick, is just amazing. So I feel like it's a win all the way when it comes to these foam trays right here. Now, apples to apples, this bag versus Sabol, well, I can't compare it to a Sabol Army Transport bag because all of my Sabol Army Transport bags have been destroyed. They weren't made that well, I'll be quite honest. So this already, I can tell by, you know, handling it and going through it, is already much sturdier than the Sabol ones out there. And again, $39.99. It's very comparable to the old Sabol bags, which I think were $34.99 and only held 13 inches of foam, whereas these hold 14.5 inches of foam and have a lot more features. First of all, I like the zip down, so you don't have to, even though the new foam trays are rounded, and here's the straps, of course, if you want to sling this over your back like a backpack. It doesn't feel like a big cooler that you're weighed down and you're going to some like crazy beer fest or something like that. Not that there's anything wrong with crazy beer fest, believe me, but you don't want to look like that when you're rolling into the game store, right? So you can actually embark all of your trays here nice and easily, but with the rounded corners it'd be a lot easier just to pull them down as well. This way it definitely helps. 14.5 inches of foam goes in here. Now it's got the soft kind of canvas feel to it. It doesn't have those hard plates, but it doesn't, have the super poofy padding either, which, obviously don't sit on these things. Don't smash them into things. There will be damage to your miniatures, although they are in foam trays, so they're going to have a little bit of protection of their own as far as that goes. Now, like I said, I love this design right here. We're going to zip this one back. I guess we can go from over here. I probably should have put a little bit of foam in here just to kind of fill it out. But let's see what else we can put in here. So of the up front pocket, I really like this because it's got the nice flap, which you can put a lot of things in here. And I'm not sure, I'm hoping that you can fit, yes you can, a nice big rule book right there. So you can plop your normal size rule books in there that you have and countersink the weight so it doesn't just flop right over, with something in this back flap here as well. And it does expand, so you can put a lot of stuff in there, believe it or not. Another cool feature I like is this little, I want to call it the cup holder sack, but that's not quite what it is. It looks like it's more for either a drink or perhaps your dice bag. And then this, to keep all your stuff from going everywhere, also cinches closed, which you want to be careful that it doesn't, you don't cinch it too close, so that it puts the stress on your minis right there. And then over here you've got another fat pocket that you could put also a dice bag, or perhaps some of your accessories like your dice, or like your cards, your game aids, your rulers, your measures, your tokens. You can put a little tackle box in here with a lot of different tokens and things too. So lots of options when it really comes to this Game Plus bag as well. So there you have it. Overall, I think Games Plus knocks this product out of the park from value, durability, accessibility, compatibility, like all of the things out there that we need. It fills all those niches. You can find it at your local game store. You can obviously check out miniaturemarket.com and pick the stuff up over there as well. They have very friendly service, super quick shipping. Anytime I order something from them, it comes in like 2 days. I get it super fast. I had a problem with an order once, and they were on it at like 8 a.m. Eastern time, which is crazy because I know they're at least one time zone behind us, but they had folks there early in the morning ready to go to help me. So I love these guys. I love this product, and I can't wait to get my Custodes all geared up and foamed up in this new bag that we have here. So that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed our unboxing and review of the Games Plus hobby bag and foam out there as well. If you like these type of features, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can be the very first to like and comment on all these videos.
Deleted scenes, bonus content, and all the interviews and post-game wrap-up videos can be located in the Hall of Veterans on thelongwar.net. Visit thelongwar.net today and try a week completely free with no strings attached. That's not all. TheLongWar.net is also your hobby resource for exclusive early access with an ad-free experience to all your favorite videos. Members of the Hall of Veterans gain early exclusive access to multiple hobby videos.